Hello everybody, I'm Adri and we are starting our writing journey to become an author. I've been in the works of writing a football romance series for a couple of years now, okay? And what I mean by that, that sounds crazy. I've honestly always think of different book ideas and I'm always writing them down, like typing them out, voice memoing them, whatever. But the one idea that has been with me for such a long time that I really want to work on first and have somewhat started developing is my football romance series. I am a lover of sports, specifically football. I love watching football. That is like my sport of choice. So I've been working on creating this football romance series. I officially was gonna start writing this book last year, actually this time last year. However, I was going through just a lot. I was going through so much that it got put on the back burner. It's not something that I could really focus on, and that's what I did, was put it on the back burner. But now I feel like I'm in a really good place and I'm really motivated to do this. My friends are all like pushing me to do this too. So I think today, or I think now is the time to do this and start working on this project and turning this idea for a football romance series into something physical. I don't know what the proper what word I don't know what word I was looking for, but let's turn this idea into like a physical, actually happening thing. Like let's turn this idea into a reality, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So a couple weeks ago I really started hammering out all of my ideas and thoughts around book one, but also within the series as a whole. I really wanted to get a lay of the land of like what each book was gonna, like the characters for each book, their tropes, and kind of like just a generalized like how do they meet or whatever, so that when I'm writing book one and I introduce some of these characters, it's not just random and it makes sense when I write each character's book. So I got that done, and then I wrote like a generalized synopsis of the things that I want to see happen in book one. And now I'm starting to like work on actually writing an outline for book one, so I know where like everything that I want to happen is gonna happen within the story, so then I can start actually focusing on writing the story and I'll have that outline. And it's just stuff that I can like go back and reference. There is this author that I follow on TikTok and like Instagram and stuff. She does this binder method thing, so I'm kind of somewhat doing that, but I'm like making it my own. Like the first page, it has like a breakdown of like the characters, like the series, just some like generalized information that I can go back and look on. And then behind the like first tab, I have like important like football information, because I do want this to be as accurate as possible in the football, like the football aspect of it. I want it to be pretty accurate. So like I have like information that needs to be known, like how often they have practice, like how do their travels day work, so when I'm writing it, it makes sense. So I just have a lot of like football information, you know, how many preseason games, how many regular season games, so on and so forth. And then I also have this like playoff sheet where it like breaks down the playoffs to the Super Bowl. And I already do also have a like schedule created for the football team. And then when you again flip the tab, the next section is like all of my character details. So I have a list of all the characters in the like that's gonna be within the series, and it's gonna end up being like a running list. So like when I'm writing the story, if I insert a character, whether this character is just used once or multiple times, like they get to be on here. And then I started like character sheets for right now. I just have like most details on the two main characters in the first book, because that's what we're focusing on. But I do have a character sheet for all of the main characters within the series so that this is something I can go back and like reference. I also did like a personality quiz so that I can have her personality type. My last little section I have, this is like just the synopsis of book 1. This is just like everything that I want to happen within this book with as much information as possible so that this is something I can go back and reference when I'm working on the outline. I also have a writing journal. I actually cut this out on Cricut. It says, and one day the girl with the book became the woman writing them. And I added a little butterfly just because I love butterflies. Well, I love butterfly prints. I don't like actual butterflies, but that's besides the point. This is my like writing journal. I put all of like my ideas, information into here. Like I have like a list of like character names, fake town names. I have like the ideas for like the football series and other book ideas and just other like random like writing stuff in here. Also have like writing tips. I've taken some notes. Sorry if I just threw a whole lot of information at you all. That's just kind of where I'm at in the writing process. I do have all of Act 1 outlined, and I'm currently working on outlining Act 2. And like I said, I have like the whole like everything that I want to happen written out on here or typed out on here. So I'm referencing this and I'm trying to go a little more in depth in the outline, as in depth as I can, but also it's okay if it's not as in depth, because when I'm going to like write the story, I know my thoughts and ideas are gonna change a bit, but it just kind of gives me an idea of where in the story each thing is happening. Again, everything is subject to change. I'm going about this like one step at a time, and I really don't know how this is gonna work, but this is just like what I'm doing. And hopefully hopefully by the end of writing book 1, I'll have an idea of like what works and doesn't work for me, so that when I go into book 2, book 3, book 4, I go into like other projects, I get better with time. And I really am just like sharing this process with you all so that you all can feel motivated and kind of learn your own way, and know that it is okay to like not completely know and understand what the hell you're doing, and that like it is okay with how you go about writing your own book. And just so something that like I can look back on in the future when this book is published and be like, damn, this is how it all started. Like this is where it's like started and this is where it's at now. Like I can't wait to see that process, and I'm so excited. So join me on my journey. That is just so cute. I'm actually like so giddy and just so like, you know, kicking my feet over this. I'm so in love with this. Like, it's so cute. I went ahead and skipped to the second plot point, and this is about 75% into the story. Mine is a like slow burn friends to lovers. They meet in this book, they become friends in this book, and I want it to be a slow burn friends to lovers because, like I said, they didn't know each other before the story. They need to develop that friendship before that they can like develop a relationship. So I think about 75% into the book is when they can really have their moment. So I literally just wrote the scene, them like admitting, well, they full on admitted they were in love with each other. We'll just say that. But we're like, they share their first kiss. But that's what like we're working on now. I was just listening to a song, and I love like when I'm like listening to a song and like I have to like pause for a second like writing to like listen to the song. What song was it? I just added it to the like vibe, like to the playlist. It's a part of the Dear Evan Hansen musical. It's called If I Could Tell Her, with Ben Platt and Laura Dreyfus. I'm probably pronouncing that so wrong, I'm sorry. I've never seen the musical, I've never seen anything about it, but that song, I don't know, I just like could hear the lyrics, and the lyrics just really like resonated with me for the story, so just like added it to the playlist. Will it make the final cut? We're not sure yet, but I just love that like when I'm listening to music and the song pauses me to where I have to like stop and listen to the lyrics because it's just like that good.
The next day,
I'll be so for real with you all guys. I did not do much writing, outlining yesterday after the last clip. I took a break. I was doing some cleaning, and then I was working on my reading journal for 2025 because I really wanted to start working on that, and then time escaped me, and then I had to make cookies and dinner and all that, so I did not do much writing yesterday, not as much as I had wanted to, but we have an exciting package. I ordered the Save the Cat Writes a Novel book. I know that a lot of people love this thing, a lot of writers out there, and I thought that it would be really good and beneficial to have, so I went ahead, ordered the book, and then along with that I ordered these highlighters and pens that color coordinate, and then a pack of tabs so that I can annotate the book, and it'll just be like easier to like flip through section by section. So like depending on what I need to like go back and look at, I'll have the tabs to help me. So I'll be excited to like read this, annotate this, take the information and put it into my writing. I don't even know what's all in this book. I just know a lot of like authors like recommend it and stuff, so I'll be excited to like actually go through and read it. You're my best friend, and you knew what it was. He is in love. I literally just listened to the like theme song of this book, and it literally made me so jitty. I love it. Okay, so I'm currently trying to create a timeline for the story, so that as I'm like finishing out the outline of the story, it like all makes sense because it's like timed out correctly, and then it'll help me like piece in some of the other scenes that I want to happen within the story. And I was just thinking about how like, so the female main character at the beginning of the story has to like do a cross country road trip essentially. I've like planned it out from like where she starts at, right, and mapped out like what town / state she'll end up in after so many hours of driving. I didn't include in like stopping on a road trip, and I'm not a road trip genius. Like I have not been on very many like road trips, so I'm like also need to think of like realistically how often would she have to stop, one for gas, and two like just to pee, get food, like whatnot, and how long would she stop for, you know? So because this all plays into like what time she like starts her road trip, you know, what time she makes it to her first destination, what time she starts from there to her next destination, so on and so forth, through like the 3 days of travel, which essentially in the end will help me figure out what time she makes it to San Diego, which then will play into where the male main character will be. I think I might have to call in some help to get some like perspective on like the whole driving aspect. Like how many stops? I will chat later, maybe later today, it might be tomorrow, I'm not sure when I'll talk to y'all next, but I'll definitely update you. It's been a hot minute since we last chatted. It's actually been a couple of days since we last chatted. I haven't done anything revolving around writing the book in a couple of days. I am currently reading and annotating Save the Cat Writes a Novel, the last book of novel writing you'll ever need, by Jessica Brody. Anywho, I am reading and annotating this to get a better understanding and grasp on writing a novel. What I'm like reading about is that like it's the obvious like first step to writing a novel when coming up with an idea is making sure you have a main character that people want to read about. And the way to know, there's 3 things that your main character should have, and that is a problem that needs to be fixed, a want, like a goal that your character is pursuing, and a need, like a life lesson to be learned. In my head, I know what my like female main character, like her problem, her goal, her like I guess life lesson. But that's currently what I'm doing, is as I like annotate this, I'm also taking these ideas and like I'm in my like writing notebook, I'm writing this stuff down. So right now I'm about to really focus in on thinking about the female main character's problem, want, and need. And then I'm also going to do that with my male main character.
Several days later.
I did want to update you all. I essentially take these 2 things everywhere with me. This for sure, but since I got this, I've been taking this so that like if I have downtime I could read. I was working on my main character's problem, want, and need. Those are 3 things that, you know, your main characters need to go through, or like they need these 3 things to like form the story. So I was really working on that for my female and male main character so that I can make sure that the important scenes like follow this story, this narrative that I am trying to tell. So I really like hammered that down. I wrote them down in my notebook and just kind of went a little bit more in depth with it. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I really hope you all enjoyed the very beginning journey of my whole writing a book process. Again, I'm very new to this. This is my first time ever really trying to write a book, and I'm kind of just going at my own pace. And I'm just going with the flow, and I'm trying to just do what works best for me because I have no clue what that means. And I feel like as time goes, I will start like defining like what works best for me in the whole writing process. Like I'll define the whole writing process for me. So I really just want to document this journey, not only for myself to like be able to look back on and reflect on and just see like where I started versus like where I am, but also I wanted to like really document this journey for anybody out there that also loves to write. If I can do it, you can do it, and I'm doing the damn thing. So you all should definitely do the damn thing too. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.